today on Divorce Court.
She's an alpha male, I'm an alpha male. It doesn't work, so we're always 90% of our time we're clashing.
I would like for the judge to tell Patrick to face his problems head on and quit running from them, his issues.
Kara is real loud, so even if we're having a regular conversation, she has to yell.
When there's two top dogs, all you hear is barking. We don't hear each other. We scream at each other, we yell at each other, and nothing gets across.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Kara Gaines and Patrick P.J. Griffin. The two of you have been together for 3 years. You have one child together. You would like to get married, but you're having some issues, so you came here to see me for before your vows. You took a compatibility test. Well, at least one of you did. And you've given me your license with permission to tear it up should I think your union is ill-advised. Ms. Gaines, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's the primary sticking point between you and Mr. Griffin?
Me and Patrick are a wolf gang together. We are a blended family, so we have children. We have one child together, and then we also have separate. So we are both.
How many children in all do you?
We have 6 altogether.
In the house?
Yes, ma'am. So we are both like alphas trying to take over, and we're here to find out who is the top dog.
Oh.
Me?
Mr. Griffin, what is your take on that? Is she accurate?
Yeah, I'm the top dog. I mean, she used to be a top dog in her previous relationship, but she think it was gonna keep being. I can't.
You can't have it. Mr. Griffin, do you think that's the primary problem in your relationship, or do you think there's something else as well that's inhibiting you from marrying her?
I think her trust issues is the problem to me.
Trust issues. Tell me about her trust issues. What's she doing?
Anytime I go to the store, I got 10 phone calls. I'm taking too long. Where you at? Even if I go to my auntie house, you're not at your auntie house. Let me speak to somebody to make sure you're there.
To prove that you're there?
Yeah, and then.
Ms. Gaines, do you do that?
I only do those things because he's never at those places. I talk to these people, they state how he's not there, so yes, I do those things. We have other problems other than that.
Yeah, wait a minute. Do you call him and when he's going and when he's coming back, all that, he's got to check in with you?
I have to. Why shouldn't he have to?
Do you make her do that? Check in with you, where she's going, where she is, and who she's with?
Sometimes it depends on who she's with.
You gotta, ooh.
If she's with
I'm queasy, man, queasy. Just stand it up straight, help a sister out.
That's bad.
See, Your Honor, that's why it goes back to us being alphas. When Patrick has control, he can do whatever he wants. When me and
tell me what kind of things he's trying to control.
I can give you an example. So, for instance, 2 weeks ago was my niece's birthday.
Right.
So it was her birthday. I wanted to take her out, so I took her out to the bar. I had to get a thumbs up for him, first of all, to whatever I wear. I have to get okayed by Patrick.
You have to okay her clothes?
Like he's my father.
Yeah,
I'll go back. That was just a yes or no.
So with that being said, like I said, we went out 2 weeks ago to the bar, and he went out his separate way. So we're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. I have to answer the phone whenever he calls. I have to be alert whenever it comes to him. So he calls me in the middle of partying with his family member, and he wants me to leave and pick him up, which he's 45 minutes away. So I'm supposed to stop what we're doing, and I've also took other people with me to drive 45 minutes to go get him.
Okay, Mr. Griffin, your take on that event?
Vice versa, it's the same thing. Yeah, I do sometimes, yeah. But when I'm out...
Do you not trust her? Has she done things to make you feel uncomfortable about where she's going and what she's doing?
It's not she has done something, it's the people she be around. Like, far as like some of her friends, yeah, I don't trust them. Like...
Why don't you trust her friends? Are they a bad crowd?
Pretty much bad, yeah.
Well, what kind of things do they do?
Thought around, I guess you would have.
They thought around?
Yeah.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
Are you running around with thoughts?
No, I'm not. That doesn't define me. He knows me as a person. Just like I was saying, when I'm in the bar, he's forcing me to do things that he wants him to do, but I cannot force him to do anything. Just like I said, I wasn't going to leave. So I wasn't going out without a fight. I end up throwing my drink at Patrick. We end up getting into it in the bar. We got put out, and when he drinks, he
Who started this?
Stop.
When he drinks, he's this different person. PJ Trump. That's who he is. That's what he calls himself. And they made us leave. So now he's running. Whenever we have a problem, he flees.
So he's running down the street?
He's running down the street, Judge.
From the police or from you?
From me. So now I'm chasing him because I don't want him to go to jail. We have 6 kids to worry about. So
were you running down the street, Mr. Griffin?
Yeah.
Were you running from her or from the police?
From her. I was trying to.
What did you think she was gonna do?
She was acting violent, and I didn't want to do violent stuff, so I just tried to get away from her.
Now, if a man is trying to remove himself from an otherwise volatile situation, don't you think you should just let him go?
What could happen, though? Judge LaTola, I'm worried for him. If I let him flee, because when he drinks, he's not himself. I don't know what he could get into. With me there, he won't get into those situations. He's very aggressive.
What are you gonna do, tackle him?
If I had to, if that would stop him from starting something with someone else that could cause him to go to jail. So we're in the bar, we're drinking, we're both drunk. He bites me on my face, and when I say he bites me, it's not a nibble. It's not a sexy thing. It was like he's a dog, like I said. Arr. And I said, please do not do that again, Patrick, or else I will get mad. He does it again, I react, I punch him.
Why don't you tell me what happened on Valentine's Day, Mrs. Gaines?
Okay, so, Your Honor, I'm a social media person. I admit it. So, Valentine's Day, I wake up. Of course I'm gonna look on Facebook and see everybody's beautiful gifts. I mean, it's normal for me as a woman. So I look on there, everybody's get pink, Victoria's Secret, shoes, clothes, nice things. But me, I wake up to nothing. I mean, he doesn't understand that those things mean something special to a woman. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I'm upset. I've cussed him out because why don't I have anything? Why is everybody else posting their stuff on Facebook, but I can't? So after I cuss him out, he runs to a convenience store and goes and gets me a little card and a little flower or something that doesn't really mean anything to him.
Did I run to the convenience store or did I run to the car?
I don't know where he ran, but he didn't have it when I woke up.
Well, maybe he had it in the car, was gonna surprise you with it.
It was a hush-hush gift, that's all it was.
She don't like surprises. I'm a surpriser. She doesn't like to be surprised. So
you had the gift already?
Yeah, I've been had it.
Patrick, really?
Yeah.
I believe it was a hush-hush gift.
The only thing that I had done that day was I had the kids make her some homemade cards. My card and my stuff was already prepared. I like to let her sweat it out. I like to make her get upset.
Feel like you'd forgotten and bam, spring it on her like a good surprise.
Yeah, you was about to do all that arguing with me. And
you know you can't do that with her because she's a hothead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I am not mad at you. I'm just saying as a practical matter.
That's not the only situation that we have.
Well, give me another one.
Okay, on my birthday, even worse, it's my birthday. This is not Valentine's Day, it's my birthday. It's a special day to me. Patrick wasn't working that day, he had all the children. I come home from work, he's been all day. I expect at least to have a cake or something nice. No.
Now I gotta be a baker.
Now I have to really get upset. Now I'm in tears because this is my birthday. I deserve something, you know what I'm saying? So he, again, leaves and gets me something. So I'm happy with this gift because he goes and get a card. I admit when Patrick goes and gets a card, he puts thought in it and I can read it. It makes me feel special. So then on that night, we went out for my birthday.
Right.
It's my birthday. We go out with a gang of friends and family members. So we're in the bar, we're drinking, we're both drunk. He bites me on my face, and when I say he bites me, it's not a nibble. It's not a sexy thing. It was like he's a dog, like I said. Arr. And I said, please do not do that again, Patrick, or else I will get mad. He does it again, I react, I punch him. We get put out of the bar. And before we get put out, PJ Trump comes out. Anybody who bumps into us is in trouble. They're in trouble. So we're running out the bar. This time I'm chasing him in the park. So I'm chasing him, I'm on feet.
On foot?
I'm
running?
on foot this time because I have people in the car. So they're like, Carrie, don't chase him. I said, excuse me, I'm not gonna leave my man. What am I supposed to do if he gets in trouble? You know? So now I'm chasing him through the park. I eventually get him in
Can-
the car. We
can-
go home. Things are fine. I fall asleep. I wake up.
Can I fix that
Patrick's
story?
gone.
Can I fix
He done
that
took
story?
the car.
Yeah, Mr. Griffin, please
All right.
respond to that.
So-
Hey!
So I was kind of intoxicated, you know. To me, it wasn't no bite. I didn't bite her like I was a dog. I bit her like I was a puppy. Like I can't wait to get you home.
A puppy?
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get you home. It was like a
Maybe you miscalculated a little.
A lot.
maybe because I was intoxicated. Yeah, maybe.
And then you end up running again. And I just want to ask you a question. You're thinking about marrying a woman who you have to run from on the regular. Does that concern you at all?
No, it doesn't. I mean, because
You don't mind the exercise? I mean, what is it?
I don't. It's just I was in a violent relationship before, so it's like now that I'm older and I got too many kids, and we have 4 girls and 2 boys, so it's like I don't want my girls to think like they could be with a man that's gonna put their hands on them, so I just try to leave at any given time, and we're gonna have an argument. I see it's not gonna end. I'll leave from the situation.
You roll.
Because it's not even no point.
I like what you said. I've been scared right up until this point. So we got to figure out what your drinking situation is, and if you are in fact an alcoholic, which I believe she contends.
Judge want to tell her he has to have a shot every day. He doesn't come home to 6 and 7 the next morning. After 3 a.m., there is nothing open but legs. And I'm not talking about chicken. So my concern is, yes, I'm worried that he could be cheating, because what are you doing after 3 a.m.?
Should Patrick continue to run from fights with Cara? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court. So, Ms. Gaines, I understand you have a problem with how much he drinks and how often he drinks. Please tell me what that is.
Okay, so he can come home from work. Like I said, okay, so we share a car. Let's throw this out. We share a car. It's in my name, but we share a car. He pays payments. I pay payments. So we work 2 different shifts. Patrick works from 8 to 4. I work from 4 to 2 a.m. So he can drive to work, but I can't. So when he comes home from 4, he must have a beer. And like I said, he drops me off at work. So he's going to go drink because he has alcoholic people that are his friends. They're all a group of alcoholics. So they must all go get drunk in the middle
All
of the week.
day, every day?
Yes, during the middle of the week, he will go out and they will go buy a bottle and drink every day.
Mr. Griffin, now, what do you say?
I wouldn't say we drink every day. Do I have a beer every day? Yeah, I have a beer. I just came home from work.
beer?
Hang on.
I just came home from work. I do
you get
construction.
tipsy every day, though?
Nah, I
or-
wouldn't say I only get tipsy on the weekends. Weekdays, I have a beer or 2.
Your Honor,
Just to calm down after work, relax. Do you think you have a problem at all, though?
I would say, yeah, I do. I have a drinking problem.
Okay.
I'm not
All
afraid
right.
to admit
well,
it.
thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Sometimes I might not make it in the house. I'll be in the car and the car asleep or in our driveway.
You
In our
that
driveway.
lit? You drive home that lit and that you're so drunk that you pass out in the car. Now,
On
Mr.
occasion.
Griffin, I'm gonna have to get all warm, hot, and bothered with this because you're putting the entire community at risk. Always, when you hear about an alcoholic in a car hitting somebody, he comes out with a scratch on his finger and everybody else is dead. I don't know, and you don't have that right.
Right.
You just don't have that right. So if you want to be an alcoholic, that's up to you. But it ain't cool, but it's up to you. But you can't get behind that car and put everybody else at risk. Behind the wheel of that car and put everybody
It
else
only
at risk.
happens when I don't want to get home and argue, because if I stay at my people's house, like say if for instance, I go out and drink, and I'm with somebody that driving too, and my car's here, I'll leave my car there and get in the car with them and just go to their house and crash, but I won't call Miss Gaines. So she'd be like, you was over some girl house, you was at some girl house. I'm at my family house, sleep on their couch because
Patrick.
I'm too drunk to get home some nights.
Your Honor,
Some nights.
he doesn't come home to 6 and 7 the next morning. After 3 a.m., there is nothing open but legs. And I'm not talking about chicken. So my concern is, yes, I'm worried that he could be cheating because what are you doing after 3 a.m.?
Now, Mr. Griffin, my understanding is that you had your drinking in check at one point.
Yeah, I stopped before. Yeah.
But something happened that tipped you back into the bottle. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, I had stopped drinking because Miss Gaines had got pregnant with our baby. And she couldn't work. She couldn't really do much. She was on bed rest.
Right.
So I stopped drinking before I could take care of the kids, get the house in order, make sure they get the school on time and all that stuff. Then, I want to say last year, I got a horrible call. They called me and told me my cousin was killed. But she was more like my sister. She was
just
a
close
best
to you.
friend.
Yeah.
So it was like it hit home and it hurted me. So I was messed up. I had a drink I shouldn't have had, but I did. And then when I had a drink, it was like,
That was
okay,
it.
I missed it. I started back drinking again.
Okay. We're going to talk about everything in a moment. Do you think Cara should try to build a future with Patrick? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Mr. Griffin, let me say this to you. It's not easy to stop drinking, and I applaud the fact that when your woman really needed you and your kids really needed you, you were able to quit drinking in order to be the man that they needed. And I applaud you for that. And I'm gonna back it up with this. Your children need you sober now as much as ever. They need to have the stability and to know that their dad's gonna come home and it's all gonna be straight and there's no fussing and hollering and hooping and yelling. They got to know that he's not spending a lifetime in jail because he done killed somebody else's family. They've got to know, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and your
ma'am.
daughters have to know that they don't have to put up with some drunk guy coming home all the time because that's not normal. And your sons have to know that they shouldn't come home drunk all the time because that's not good. So the intense need that you saw when she got pregnant and couldn't work, it's still there. It's just in a different form, but it's still there. And I want it to drive you not to drink again. Ms. Gaines, let's say this to you. You got to keep your hands to yourself. I don't care that you're a woman. I don't care that he upsets you. I don't care about all that kind of stuff. Your kids will be as crazy as you make them. You teach your children how to feel. You teach your children how to conduct business. If you conduct your anger with your fists and throwing stuff, that's how they'll conduct their business. You don't want them out there doing all that. That's number one. Number two, you got to change how y'all entertain one another. If you're going out to the bar, you can't complain about him being an alcoholic. You taking him to the place where he doesn't need to be.
Your Honor, but
There is no but. There is no but. I think you should get married because we're already way down the river. You got 6 kids between you. You need to stay together, but you have to level up your game. Do you know what I'm saying, Mrs. Gaines? You have to bring it up a notch. He's got an alcohol problem. You got to be even that much more sober, that much more restrained, so you can assist him in rising above this river of liquor he's floating down. You see what I'm saying?
But does he have to disrespect me, Your Honor?
No. At no time should he be disrespectful and controlling and all of that kind of stuff. Because again, if you are disrespectful and controlling to your wife, that is the life that your children, that your daughters will lead. Be cool, be calm, don't be worried. She ain't going nowhere. She's not running around. She's too busy chasing you. Take this marriage license. It is so ordered.
Well, Judge Lintola gave us a lot of advice today, and I feel like when we go home, I'm going to try to keep my hands to myself and, you know, not be so insecure about certain things because I realize that Patrick does love me.
And vice versa, I'm gonna stop drinking, period, just to try to make it work, because I do love her and I do love my family.